Our next story is from the Caribbean, from the twin island nation of Trinidad and Tobago. The country has declared a state of emergency. The military has been mobilized. They will act as a secondary police force. Security forces have been given additional powers. They will be allowed to conduct searches without a warrant. They can detain suspects without charge and deny them bail. It's a full-scale crackdown. And the reason is a surge in gang violence. Our next report has the details.
Certain criminal gangs, and I'll leave out the places where at this stage, but I can say throughout Trinidad and possibly Tobago, are likely to immediately increase their brazen acts of violence in reprisal shootings on a scale so extensive that it threatens persons and will endanger public safety.
An assassination attempt, a retaliatory shootout, and 6 people killed. It was a weekend of gang violence in Trinidad and Tobago, and it has led to the authorities declaring a state of emergency. It began on Saturday. A known gang leader was leaving a police station in the capital, Port of Spain. His identity has not been made public. While he was leaving the police station, there was an attempt on his life. The gang leader managed to survive, but one of his crew members was killed. On Sunday, there was a reprisal. 5 people were gunned down inside a shop. These incidents have the potential to start off a vicious cycle of killings. That is why Trinidad and Tobago's government has declared an emergency.
At this stage, the government has taken the decision there is not going to be any curfew. That decision is because the targeting of this national public state of emergency is on those who engage in criminal activity with criminal intent.
Trinidad and Tobago's military has been deployed. The police have been given enhanced powers. They can search people and property without a warrant. They can detain someone for 2 days on suspicion alone. The suspects can also be denied bail. All of this isn't just a result of this weekend's events. Trinidad and Tobago is a hotspot for gang violence and murder. The Caribbean nation has one of the highest murder rates in the world. It has only about 1.5 million residents, but this year the official homicide count hit 623. It's the worst on record. This alarming figure was part of the reason for the emergency declaration. How did things get so bad in Trinidad and Tobago? The simple answer is drugs. The country is located right off the coast of Venezuela. It makes it a transit point for Venezuelan drugs, which then make their way to either the US or Europe. Gangs in Trinidad and Tobago serve as the middlemen. Where are they getting these weapons? Mostly the US. The US Government Accountability Office published a report this year. It analyzed about 7,500 guns that were confiscated in the Caribbean. Around 73% of them originated in the US. These American weapons are fueling gang violence in Trinidad and Tobago and other nations as well. Most infamously, Haiti, which is also overrun with gangs. The US is the world's biggest market for drugs. The US's insatiable appetite for cocaine and other drugs has wreaked havoc in the Caribbean. And this emergency in Trinidad and Tobago is a direct result of it. This isn't the first time the country has had to impose an emergency to combat gang violence. They did so in 2011 as well. Let's see how long this latest emergency lasts, and if it can really bring Trinidad and Tobago's gang violence problem under control.